Of the 320 birthdays called up for the draft, by some miracle, mine wasn't one of them. Most people would call me lucky. I'd say that's accurate. I got to stay in school, graduate, get a nice job with Lockheed Martin. Other than the fact that the Metas are invading the country, I'd say I have it pretty good. I'm always seeing troops move in and out of town. Where do they go? I mean, I know it's to the front line or wherever, but why do they go? What do they get to see? It's like they're venturing to some other strange world that the rest of us only get to peek into every once in a while, when a news report gets played at the movie theater. And I will say this. If I had to choose between fighting the Metas on the front lines or sitting through another indie experimental romantic comedy half in Portuguese, someone pass me a rifle. And then there was that Duke Nukem the movie. Who in the right mind thought that was a good idea? I'm all for action, but even Sharkzilla vs. Mecha Gatorpotamus was better than that, and it somehow managed to have more boobs. Explain that. But I digress. Even before the Disruptor came online, which changed the way we had to get our entertainment, amongst other things, I was told to focus on finishing school. No one had to ask me twice. I had never thought about joining the military. Not that I morally opposed the idea. I just never saw myself as a soldier. Hell, I got my physics degree. And even though I sit behind a desk, I'm still contributing to the fight. LM and other companies work around the clock to develop the tech for the war effort. They've been baffled by this so-called disruptor device. And although I've been number crunching and running tests for months, I still don't have a damn clue about the thing. Nothing pisses off eggheads more than a problem right in their face that they can't solve. Sure, I'm good at my job, but I'm not really sure anymore how much I'm contributing, you know? So when we were told that someone might need to be pulled for civil defense duty, I volunteered. I'd say I'm pretty glad I did. A break from being behind a desk is a good thing every once in a while. I've gotten to go on a little mini adventure with my best friend Hatch out to Lancaster. Okay, so Lancaster isn't the most exciting place in the country, and this airport they have us guarding is pretty much abandoned. But hell, it's nice to be doing something else. Maybe my life isn't super action-packed like I want it to be, but that's all right. For now, I enjoy the sun, the open air, even though it smells like a cow's ass, the peace and quiet. And I get to carry a shotgun around and pretend like I'm important. Haven't gotten to shoot anything yet, which is probably good because I am a pretty shitty shot. Hatch is way better with guns than I am. They'd have to put me on one of those huge-ass machine guns where I could just spray and pray and then maybe I could hit the side of a barn. Where the hell did that phrase come from, anyway? Like, who's shooting at the sides of barns? Oh, that's a minor thing. But there's so many military terms and acronyms and crap that I just can't understand. I just kind of nod and then let Hatch fill me in later. It's like they speak their own language. Yeah, those National Guard guys who are here? Damn. Bravo Charlie this and Niner Alpha that. I don't know what the hell any of them are talking about. And then when I ask, they're just like, guard this shit and don't break it. Why don't they just say it like that in the first place? Hatch is all, it's not that complicated, but I'm the physics major here, so I call bullshit on that. You want to see complicated? Try quantum mechanics. You want to see some stuff that shouldn't be complicated? Make sure no one touches these boxes over here. But other than that, the job's really rather straightforward. I'm kind of jealous, actually. They go out there and have a new experience every day. They get to do all kinds of awesome shit, mostly involving explosions. I mean, yeah. Sure, it's kind of solemn and all that because a lot of guys are getting killed out there, but I'd much rather get to know someone before they go away forever than never know them. Does that make any sense? Maybe that's kind of stupid. But that itch to go on an adventure, well, I don't really ever see that going away. I wonder if I should have joined the military. The only things I know about combat are what I've seen in video games and action movies. That's probably enough training to keep me alive. Shit, with all that gear on, Hatch looks like a regular Call of Duty protagonist. I better not tell him that because they do tend to die a lot for main characters. I kid. Hatch is always so uptight and intense, but I bet I can get him to joke around like we used to. That whole situation with his rejection from the army really hit him hard. Although he's all armored up, covered in camo, and armed to the teeth, he looks a lot like a soldier to me. Hey, maybe we'll get to see some action, you know? Nothing too extraordinary. Then he might feel a little bit better about himself. Well, that's assuming none of us get shot or blown up or lanced in the throat or anything. Okay, maybe I shouldn't hope for that. Still, might liven the place up a bit. I've heard groups like the Marines live for battle, but I haven't met a soldier who talked too fondly about war. I don't think it's the battle they're after, but rather the sense of meaningful adventure. I mean, hell, what could be more important or action-packed than going off to war? Come to think about it, if the cast of Dynasty Warriors 19 is making its way up north to Williamsport, what could possibly be more important than fighting to stop them? Maybe I get where Hatch is coming from. That's like being told you're not good enough for an imperative assignment. I think he'll be able to move on. He bounced back pretty quick after being shot down for high school prom 6 times. Okay, so maybe this is nothing like that, but what I'm trying to say is that they were all bitches. And even though Melissa was hot, and even though I got to make out with her afterwards, doesn't mean she should have led on Hatch like that, then bailed at the last minute. And what I'm trying to say is that the army kind of did the same thing. So, don't ask the army to prom? Whatever. I'm sure everything will work out for him. Just gotta give it time.